Hey Brickmaniacs, it's Lando here. Today Dan's joining me, and we got some pre-orders to go over.
Right, just like old times.
Yes. So the AH-1F a Cobra attack helicopter, that is our latest pre-order.
Yes, this is the prototype model. Doesn't have any of the printing, which is kind of a shame because this thing is going to have some pretty awesome
We got some render up on the screen here for that.
Right. So Slam was working on the printing. Lando did the minifig, so we're like a team here now. It's a well-oiled machine. The AH-1F, which is actually numerically before the G, which is the first version. The F is I guess it's the final Army. I don't know what F stands for. Final. Might be final, but I don't think they knew at the time. The Army had basically been upgrading their Cobras all throughout the 70s and 80s, and this is the final version, what ended up becoming the final version when they traded off all the remaining Cobras for Apaches. But this is as it was in Desert Storm. In fact, the one that we modeled all the printing after was in Operation Desert Storm. Sent all these over to Saudi Arabia in 1991 after Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait, and they were afraid that Saddam would just keep rolling into Saudi Arabia. They were all sent over green, painted them infield tan. So this is what you have. The biggest change is this new canopy. So that was also different on the real thing. They went from this like bubble canopy to a slab-sided flat canopy. I guess it cut down the glare. So I changed my canopy design to follow. So.
Yeah, and there's some really intense printing on those canopies as well.
There is. And we've been playing with this idea of doing this canopy for several years now. Yeah. Finally, okay, we're going to make the switch. This is the perfect thing. Yeah. We've never done the late Army model. We've done a Marine model, but not the Army model. And there'll be a lot of new things printed on this that we've never not printed, especially in tan. So we'll have the 70 millimeter rocket pods for the first time will appear in tan. Of course, this one does feature the M197.
Is that the tri-barrel?
The 3-barrel, yes. 20 millimeter cannon. And then this one has the tow missiles on it. So that's different from anything we've done before. So at least for this configuration. Lots of good, cool printed pieces. I'm excited for this one.
Sure, yeah.
First batch is just 50, so it's going to go quick. We will restock it as soon as we're able. This is something that we want to have more than one batch throughout the year. So
right. Go ahead.
Just say if you miss it Friday morning, don't despair too hard because it will come back eventually.
Right. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I was going to say pre-orders. Get on it fast. So I'm really loving that. The Sand Shark sticker, or not sticker, printing loadout.
It's printing, it's printing the new mouth. It was a fun one to put together. Yeah. And I was excited when it got printed. I like this. The black and the tan goes really well. So it just reflects what the changes they made to this particular helicopter. So.
Yeah, it is a sharp looking helicopter. Yeah. We do have some new releases that are actually available right now.
That's right.
And that includes the M136 Fads.
Yep.
And the FV101 Scorpion as well. So both of these are in stock and they are shipping right now.
Right, and we will be doing designer desk videos of both of these, so look for those pretty
yes.
soon. So they'll have their own separate breakdown videos. I'll be doing the VADs, and of course Mario will be doing the Scorpions.
Right.
So they are available now. We did actually, we had a change in the production schedule. We were able to make 100 of each of those.
Oh wow.
That's why we still have some. There's not that many left, but you can get them in store, and there's a few left online.
And I think, the all-new Republican Guard minifigure, brand new. I don't know if I've actually shown this off anywhere, so yeah.
It's the new minifigure. This is part of our Desert Storm month. So we have done, we did a Republican Guard before. It looked more like a Saddam Hussein.
Right. This is more standard of like an infantry that would be out in the field, wearing a little bit of a color-shifted, kind of a grayish drab coat, and then you have that AK chest rig. Yep. So pick up an AK to go with that, AKM, and then you get the custom printed helmet to go with that as well.
So nice new figure for the lineup, and we don't necessarily do OP4 figures that often.
Sure.
So it's kind of a unique one. Pick it up while you can because obviously it's not going to be restocked as often as the more popular,
right.
Our own nationality figures I think would be.
Right. Yeah, and this is again, it's a smaller run, limited time frame. You probably won't see this guy come back for a while.
Right.
So. That is it for the new releases. We should mention to use the hashtag Desert Storm Bricks all month long.
Right. Show off your creations.
Yeah.
If you know, we'll make an effort to highlight some of our favorites. We'll drop in, say hi, tag you, and maybe we'll share them with our followers.
Yeah. So. Yeah, if you're using that hashtag, there's a good chance that, again, like you were saying, we could share that post of yours. So.
Right, we're all over Instagram.
Yeah.
All the Brickmania design team, and then of course the official Brickmania channel.
Yep.
So.
And just a reminder, a lot of these sold out pre-orders and kits can be found at retail locations near you. Again, it's kind of like with COVID, limited. It's like just limited personnel in the store.
Right. We're limiting it. You have to wear your mask. It's it's not just us. It's state regulations. Mm-hmm. Just like we're wearing our masks now, it's state regulations. So bring your mask. The stores are open. All 3 stores. We have the one here, the GHQ here store here in Minneapolis. Of course, is our biggest store. Has all the back catalog on display. We only have half the store open at this point.
Yep.
We'll open up the once the plague dies down a little bit, we'll open up the rest of the store. But we have half the store open. All the stuff is still on display.
Right.
And we have a lot of stuff in the stores that you cannot buy anywhere else.
And I have a note here, I guess Dylan wrote this in, the F117 is soon going to be in those stores as well.
Right, it did sell out online. We did hold back a few copies for each of our retail stores. So GHQ Minneapolis, we have our Chicago store is in Schaumburg, Illinois, and of course our Virginia store, Capital Store at Chantilly, Virginia. So, if you've been to Brick Fair, you know where our store in Chantilly is. It's right in the same complex as the Dulles Expo Center.
Right.
So they're in Chantilly, Virginia.
Yes.
So if you are desperate to get your hands on an F-117, that's where you can get one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another reminder, the Vietnam mock contest the submission deadline is June 1st.
June 1st.
Yes.
Oh, you got a while yet. So.
Got a while.
We still have a lot of Vietnam stuff in stock. It is still the Vietnam. No, we're done with that now. So.
Yeah. So our kits, we have that full lineup.
How did January go?
See, you're working months ahead of the schedule here.
Yeah. My next models aren't due until April. Aren't coming out till April.
Yeah, you're working out like October,
Way
November.
In the future.
lineups.
I'm making instructions for stuff that's coming out. Yeah, the end of this month.
I saw you filling up that schedule. So you're a little ways out. So no worries there. But yeah, that is kind of the point of we have these contests after we have that nice full lineup for you to kind of pick and choose from, to decide how you want to deck out your new diorama.
Right. There are a few Vietnam items left, but man, that was a surprise to me because in the past the Vietnam month has been sort of a lukewarm, and not really a big item for us. But I guess it's been a few years since we've really focused heavily on it. And, it's amazing. There were several people who bought every set of the whole month. So,
Unreal.
Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. And that was one of the most fun things to do research for. Such an interesting history behind that one. So that contest, 6/1 deadline. Sign up for restock notifications, brickmania.com, so you can never miss a Brickmania restock. So
right, and the schedule, Friday morning, 8 a.m. Central Time is when the new releases go out. Monday morning, 8 a.m. Central Time is when restocks go up. If you don't follow us on social media, you should, because we do pretty much give away the whole game on our Instagram and of course YouTube and our other channels. So.
Yeah, I guess that's all I have here. Dan, anything interesting you've been working on this week that you'd like to give a hint at? Or?
I've been tracing tiles. Basically, for what that means is I've been making the images that go on in the instructions for all the printed parts that will be in the F-117.
Right.
So F-117, the Nighthawk has a ton of printed parts, which for a stealth airplane it sure has a lot of flash printing on it. But I've been doing that. It's very time consuming, and it's all part of the instruction making process. So I've been doing that. Otherwise, I've been working on the schedule, coordinating with other designers. So. That's something that's kind of cool. I'll hint, we'll explain more about that later, but we are bringing on more outside designers. So I shouldn't say outside, I should say people that aren't in Minneapolis.
Sure.
So we pretty much made all of our previous designers move here, but with the age of COVID and all that stuff, we're changing our structuring, and we are bringing in designers to the team that are outside of Minneapolis, outside of the United States even.
Wow,
So we have some cool things coming. Nothing I can really make announcements other than, you've seen the Andreas's models, ASAP animation. There'll be more of that kind of stuff coming. So just look out for some exciting announcements.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool stuff on the horizon. And like you're saying, going back to that, it is an incredibly time-consuming process to create, like not only design the kits, but there's so much back end behind it. So
it's a whole team here.
Yeah.
I designed the basic helicopter, but all of the different components going into this is a whole team.
Yeah.
You know, this gun was, you know, sure, it's on my helicopter. I didn't design it. I didn't design the artwork that goes into it. And, you know, so by the time this kit will actually reach the public, there's probably a half dozen people, well, actually more, a dozen people who have had a hand in making that that whole kit a reality, not to mention the people who are actually putting the parts in the box.
Yeah.
So it is a team effort.
Right. I mean, yeah, you got this thing together in 3-4 days, kind of like the basis of this.
I think less than a day.
Yeah. Well, that's what's interesting. It's like you can get a model, you can build a model in a few days.
Yeah.
But then there is it's a several week process after you hand that off.
Right. I probably spent more time doing the research than I did actually building it.
So it's kind of eye-opening once you really delve into this.
But the processes that bring, you know, here's the parts list for production, but that's just the opening, you know, the opening salvo of the whole operation to get this thing to the customer.
Right on. Cool. Well, I got nothing else, Dan. And with that, that's the episode. Cool. Yeah. Thanks for watching.